So the next chapter is love, sex, and showmances, and based on the fact that they covered the classic era in a nice little bow in the last chapter, I'm assuming this is going to refer to the middle era, though the title and from the quotes that I'm going to get into seems very simplistic and more generic based on the coverage. I don't know if they're going to break down through the seasons anymore like they did in the earlier seasons. So the quote for this chapter is from Rachel Friley from Big Brother 12 and 13. You get to know somebody on a totally different level. From 90 Day Fiancé to Love is Blind to The Bachelor, dating shows make up a big chunk of today's reality programming. But Big Brother was an incubator for love and lust before all of them. From 2001's Dr. Will and Shannon to 2016's Bailey and Swaggy, this date is wrong. Bailey and Swiggy were on the 2018 season, not the 2016 season, so ignore that era in the book. Many long and short term relationships have blossomed inside and outside the CBS set. The first BB romance dates back to season 1 when Brittany, the Minnesota virgin with piercing and fuchsia hair, develops a crush on Josh, the all American blonde boy from California. It's ironic because he ended up dating Erica for like 4 to 5 years after his season. It's a tame schoolyard crush and becomes the regular plotline for most of the series, but to the chagrin of producers, the relationship is a bit too tame. People were fucking around the world, but not on our show, says BB1 story editor Frank Werwald. I mean, there is some stuff, but it's more juvenile as opposed to girls going under the blankets and giving head when lights go out. Indeed, the furthest Josh and Brittany go is occasional cuddling. Whereas 1 year earlier in the Netherlands, Huskits, Bart, and Sabine make global headlines for going all the way. Similarly, an early Swedish series features a group makeout session between three women. When Hollywood matchmaker Jackie Pittman enters the scene in season 2, it doesn't take long for the sexual tension to heat up. Her top priority is to make the show as hot and titillating as possible. It's therefore no surprise when the house is filled with beautiful young singles. The first BB2 romance emerges between Dr. Well and Shannon, a sporty brunette. Much like the headline-grabbing romance of Bart and Sabine in the Netherlands, Will and Shannon's relationship injects heightened drama into the show. One of us will be leaving, or both, says a sulky Will in the diary room, mulling a voluntary exit from the game, after the two are nominated alongside each other. His thumb and index finger hold the bridge of his nose as he leans back in the blue cushioned confessional chair. The term showmance may have existed before 2001, but it's Dr. Will who brings it into more common parlance. Following his appearance on the show, he vows to trademark the phrase. Today, it is used frequently to describe reality TV showmances. And it's interesting that they didn't talk about the mess at the final five, which was the night before Bunky's eviction, where they're like flirting and groping with each other and flashing one another. And the details of that is just so juicy. Anyways. Some showmances are purely sexual, like BB Forrest, David, and Amanda, the first American couple to do the deed under the gaze of the house's night vision cameras, one of the first instances of sex on US primetime television. Other showmances have led to serious long-term relationships, like Jeff and Jordan from Big Brother 11, Brendan and Rachel from Big Brother 12, Danielle and Dominic from Big Brother 13, Nicole and Victor from Big Brother 18, and Bailey and Swaggy from Big Brother 20 have all found love on the show, going to wed and starting families of their own. Then there's BB6 and 7's Howie, who innovated the quote-unquote Jack Shack, a discreet locale in the backyard where he was able to find love with his hand away from the household cameras. Janelle, a fan favorite since 2005, has her own thoughts on why Big Brother has led to so many successful relationships. She develops a romance in season 6 with fellow housemates Michael, and again the following summer with Will. There's no pressure to have the relationship move forward, she explains. You have so much time in the house, so you can take things really slow and really get to know the other person. This contrasts with shows like The Bachelor/Bachelorette, where dating is the central focus and contestants have only weeks to decide amongst a pool of romantic interests to whom they are going to propose. No gay romance has ever occurred on Big Brother. In fact, it's rare for two gay Sim 6 house guests to appear on the show at the same time. And it's ironic that this is said because we all know Zach and Frankie had a heavy flirtation with one another on Big Brother 16, and Zach revealed that they did hook up several times after Big Brother 16. And If you remember the Big Brother 18 feeds, a lot of the guys were pretty flirty with one another, and one of them can get as bisexual. Add some layers there. Anyways, the first time this happens is in 2007, where Joe and Dustin, antagonistic ex boyfriends, are put on the show together. This, of course, is a distinct deviation from the lengths the series goes to find compatible straight singles. Dr. Reagan Fox, a professor at California State University and past contestant, sheds light on why this is problematic. A virtual absence of gay intimacy reinforces the illustration that heterosexual sex is natural and unavoidable, and alternative sexuality should remain silent and unseen. Reagan has definitely had his foot on Big Brother's neck for the last several years about its portrayal of gay men specifically, but also gay people in general, and the problematic ways that they went about it. Recent seasons have shown a marginal increase in LGBTQ representation. In Big Brother 25, for instance, 3 of the 16 contestants, 19%, identify as members of the LGBTQ community. This surpasses the national average. I have gone over the LGBTQ representatives in Big Brother US. I have to continue that with Canada. I'll get there eventually. And I've talked about how some of them were closeted while in the house and only came out several years later, to the point where some of them were cast as straight house guests and the nuances relating to their sexuality and their experiences in Big Brother. In the absence of a real gay intimacy, many seasons have featured segments crafted around the sole gay contestant, gushing over his straight housemates, such as Marcellus expressing attraction for Roddy in Big Brother 3 or Bo lusting after Kesar in Big Brother 6. Marcellus also lusted after Kesar in Baby 7, but they didn't include it here. Dr. Fox recalls his own experience being asked to evaluate Hayden, a straight college basketball player. Questions about attraction quickly devolved into probes about what potential sex acts. Did I want to make out with Hayden? What would I like to do to Hayden? Uncomfortable sexualizing his male housemates, many of whom at the age of his undergraduate students, Fox expresses unease with this line of questioning. So pretty much the diary room trying to probe him into being the gay stereotype by asking him about his attraction to some of the men. These segments may seem innocuous on the surface. However, they perpetuate the fictitious idea that gay men are sexually depraved, eager to hit on anybody with a dick, aka the gay predator stereotype. How often have straight men said, I don't mind gays as long as they don't hit on me? The notion that gay men are routinely on the prowl for straight men is a media creation, and a potentially dangerous one. Big Brother 9 tried his hand at a romance-themed season in a twist called Till Death Do You Part. Conceived in response to the Writer's Guide of the American Strike, BB9 premieres in February 2008, 2 days before Valentine's Day. All 16 Huskies are paired with a soulmate, setting the stage for potential showmances. The most notable relationship birthed from Big Brother is perhaps between host Julie Chen and her husband, Les Moonves, the former chairman and CEO of CBS. Sorry. I'm laughing because I'm recording this literally a day after Marcellus blasted Julie Chen and her relationship with Les Moonves. And as we all know, June also has blasted this relationship for decades at this point. So, to this day, rumors persist that Chen was awarded the hosting gig because of an alleged affair with Moonves. She came with the show, says BB1 story editor Frank Redwald. Another season 1 producer, Josh Kalish, recalls a phone call in early 2000 in which Chen asks to be booked at an upscale accommodation. I said, Julie, we need you in the Studio City. We can't afford this Beverly Hills hotel. And then she said, well, Mr. Moonves said it was okay. That was the point I knew they were having a romance, says Kalash. Oh, wow. So this is in Big Brother 1. I knew they got married around Big Brother 4 or 5, if the timeline, or if I'm remembering the timeline, but I didn't know they were together from the first season. Chen rarely addresses the speculation around her partnership with Moonves, admitting it's not something she spends time thinking about. It only bothered me when people got it wrong, she explains. I did not know him when I got hired for Big Brother. The timeline of Chen and Moonves' relationship remained a mystery, but it was hardly a well-kept secret. Paulina Williams, responsible for writing Chen's scripts in 2002, recalls the feeling behind the scenes. It became this really weird, awkward situation because it was so all over the news, but we would act like we didn't know anything. Aside from the fact that Les is Julie's boss, he's in a 20-year marriage and has 3 teenage children, as these affair rumors are circulating. In the spring of 2003, his wife files for divorce, enlisting the same lawyer hired by Tom Cruise during his high-profile split from Nicole Kidman. 1 year later, Moonves and Ched wed in Mexico in a private ceremony. For most of their marriage, Julie and Les are one of Hollywood's most precious. Sorry, not precious. What the f am I saying? Julie and Les are one of Hollywood's most powerful couples. Moonves has been dubbed a Wall Street hero for sharp business acumen, and Forbes estimates his net worth to be in the ballpark of USD 800 million, making him one of America's highest paid CEOs. In 2018, however, he is besieged by allegations of sexual misconduct. The story is broken by investigative journalist Ronan Farrow, Woody Allen and Mia Farrow's son. Oh wow, good for them, who plays a key role in the downfall of film producer Harvey Weinstein. Oh, good for him. So he knocked two of them out of the park. In the flurry of the Me Too movement, the allegations against Moonves are damning. Upon closer look, it becomes more complicated. CBS is undergoing a seismic shakeup when the New York publisher Farrow's expose. The network's controlling shareholder, 95-year-old Sumner Redstone's health is deteriorating rapidly. This promotes a nasty tussle of control of the ailing billionaire's empire. On one side is Len Moonves, and the other side is Sumner's daughter, Shari Redstone. Many believe the allegations against Moonves to be the result of a concerted effort to eject him from organization. Nevertheless, he announced his resignation from CBS in September 2008. Ooh! So I didn't know this backstory, allegedly, about Moonves' expose was due to this battle about Sumner Redstone's estate and figures, essentially, and power. Definitely juicy, and this is an element that isn't talked about. Though I do think that Les Moonves deserves to be exposed and fired. On September 13th, 2018, episode sorry. On the September 13th, 2018 episode of Big Brother, Julie Chen makes a subtle yet powerful statement. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Good night, signaling her commitment to her husband and family. And if anyone knows, for the last 20 seasons, she always said Julie Chen and never Chen Moonves or Moonves at all. So it really didn't talk about most of the showmances that formed on the show, though a lot of the focus was on Chen and Moonves and the generalities behind the showmances and how they intentionally cast more single, hot, younger people to produce more hetero romances, and the issues with the casting of homosexual house guests, as there's usually only one of them, and if there's another one, they're usually very incompatible, and it signals the lack of effort put into casting for homosexual romances, with it being clear that CBS isn't ready to promote that image in or on their television.